What's happening inside the United States? The US is facing a global embarrassment with its president ditching the crucial foreign policy meetings at the ongoing G7 and summits to deal with domestic economic crisis. Amid all the mounting crisis, the political temperature within the country is also heating up. Both the sitting and former presidents Joe Biden and Donald Trump have already announced their presidential bids for 2024, and there's a third contender who's all set to enter the fray. Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis will formally enter the 2024 U.S. presidential election next week, becoming Trump's main competitor for the Republican nomination and shaking up a mainly one-sided fight. Now, according to reports, DeSantis will likely file papers announcing his candidature on 25th of May to coincide with a donor gathering in Miami, with a more formal launch in the week on 29th of May. Former U.S. President Donald Trump has in recent weeks stepped up his political attacks on the Florida governor and maintains a commanding lead in the 2024 Republican primary. DeSantis' insistence on staying out of the race until the Florida legislature completed its spring session earlier this month has rattled some high-profile Republican donors who had wanted him to jump in sooner rather than later to rebut Trump. Here's a report.
We say very clearly in the state of Florida, we will fight the
Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis is set to officially enter the 2024 U.S. presidential race next week. That's according to two sources familiar with the decision, which would make DeSantis the biggest rival of former President Donald Trump for the Republican nomination, and shake up a contest that has so far been largely one-sided. Sources say DeSantis will likely file his candidacy on May 25th, with a more formal launch the week of May 29th. Representatives for DeSantis did not immediately return a request for comment.
Florida is where woke goes to die.
Meanwhile, Trump has recently ramped up political attacks on the Florida governor and maintains a commanding lead in the 2024 Republican primary, according to a recent Reuters Ipsos poll.
We're winning big in the Republican Party for the nomination like nobody's ever seen before.
Those attacks have diminished DeSantis' standing in national polls. However, he's garnered a series of conservative victories in his state in recent months, including the scrapping of diversity programs at public universities and allowing permitless carry of concealed weapons, and most notably, banning nearly all abortions in the state of Florida.